Hey there everybody, Eric from Outer Limitless coming at you today with another video. Now I've definitely covered a number of Olight products on my channel through time, all of which have been fantastic. But today, the Seeker 4, my favorite to date for a number of reasons. First off, the overall form factor is fantastic. Feels great in my hand, but more so the carry capability with a really cool sort of multi-purpose cradle. Second, the programming is on this, in my opinion, literally perfect. The best programming and user interface that I've had yet, not only on an Olight flashlight, but in many ways on any flashlight that I've used. It's literally perfect. Very, very good, intuitive, very user-friendly, and just extremely effective. So what we're going to do, we're going to go through this in detail. I'm going to bust it out of the package, then we'll get it out to the field for some general field use, and then we'll wrap it up when we come back to the studio for my final thoughts. And so with that said, I have a whole bunch to do and a whole bunch to share with you. And if you're interested in seeing a little bit more about what I'm about to get into, do me a favor, stay tuned! Now before we get too far, I would like to say thank you very much to the people at Olight who did provide this for review. Now it's coming out to one of my favorite spots to test flashlights. As I long press, this is immediately going to go into that moonlight mode, and enough light to navigate. Now you're not going to have the best view with the camera, but I can tell you there is more than enough light to navigate if you needed to. Another long press, this is going to be the low mode, and you can see that's going to be about perfect. It does beam off into the distance, but it does drop off fairly quickly. You can see I'm illuminating a tree about 30 feet away. Long press, that's that medium. Now I'm really starting to light things up. Another long press, high, a nice even beam of light. Beautiful cone, just very nice. Quick double press. Well, that's going to be that turbo. Triple press, tactical strobe, single press, off. Now the nice thing about this light is it will lock itself out, and it will basically deactivate the button unless you rotate the dial, which is awesome. So rotating the dial beyond 90 degrees does allow the light to turn on. So again, I'm going to long press here, and you're not really going to see off in the distance, nor am I, but up close you can see that's going to be enough light to read. So a nice even beam. As I long press here, getting into the low mode. Again, the low mode not doing too much now. I have about 100 feet across to the far shoreline. I am getting a little bit of light. Long press medium. That's definitely starting to do it and beaming off way off into the distance. Coming to the close shoreline on the left-hand side, you can see the medium, again, doing a fairly nice job starting to light things up. Long press, there's the high. Now the high is doing a fantastic job. And as I search my scene, very nice, way off into the distance and really illuminating everything very, very nicely. Again, this is a nice even cone of light. If there was something out there, I could definitely identify it. But very, very nice. As I beam off to the forest shoreline deep, those high trees, they're pretty tall, maybe 60, 70 feet. That's a far distance away, couple 100 feet. Now you can see that it is a nice even cone of light, but with a double press now, the turbo is really lighting things up wonderfully. Beaming way off into the distance, fully illuminating my scene. That's an impressive amount of light. Absolutely lighting up the entire scene. Now what's really cool is the ability to dial the light to infinity, leveraging the swivel. And you can see here, just fine tuning and dimming this down. So I'm swiveling the dial on the button, and that's infinite adjustability. So that control is absolutely awesome. And then a triple press, that's going to be your tactical strobe. Single press, off. Moonlight mode. Long press high. just another look at the infinite adjustability. As I cycle the wheel, I can fine tune and feather the exact amount of light that I need to see and navigate nice and easy. If I need a little more, rotate to the right. Need a little less, rotate to the left. If I'm looking out into the distance, hey, what's that? Double press, turbo. Light up your entire scene. And then, if I long press, well, I'm right back to where I was. That's nice. I love the programming. It is absolutely fantastic. It works extremely well. Again, what's that out there? Double press. Looking for wildlife? Nope, nothing. Long press, and I'm off navigating again. This Seeker is perfect. The programming on this is perfect. About the best I've ever had.
Now, this flashlight does deserve a thorough explanation and demonstration of the user interface. This is awesome. The first thing I'm going to say is, well, take a look at this light. If I go to press the light on, nothing. Won't turn on. That's a nice safety feature right off the get-go, the ability to lock this out. Now, I could long press, or I could actually quarter turn this dial. And when I say quarter turn this dial, yes, this is a dial. And the other thing is, notice the metal bezel around the edge of the dial. Take a look at this. As I start to turn this, well, lo and behold, this now lights up and I can press the button. This is going to remember the last mode I left it in. So if I put it in the low, I put it in the medium, or I put it in the high, it is going to remember that in the memory mode. So I'm going to put it in medium just for the example. Now with the studio lights, it's going to be hard for you to see, but this does light up here. In fact, I'll kill those lights to give you a better look at this. Again, now dimming this down, I'm going to start to turn this dial, which, there you go. You can see here, I'm down to about 50% battery, so the battery indicator on the right-hand side. So I'm down to about 2 out of the 4 lights. And on this side, well, as I swivel this, it's going up, 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 up. Well, I am actually increasing and decreasing the brightness with this dial before I even turn the light on. So let's say I go up to 3 brightness level there. Well, now it's coming in the sort of 75% mark. If I dial it down to 1, even with the light off, you can see now, I'm going to dial that down to 1. Well, it's the bottom 25%. So the beautiful thing about this is I can adjust the brightness before I even turn the light on. And that's fantastic, because if you don't want to kill your vision, just swivel this real quick, and now the light's going to come in low. Or I could also long press, and that's going to come in on that moonlight mode. Or I could turn it up, and that's going to start to give me some of that high-powered juice if I want it. Double press is going to be that turbo. Now at this point, because I am below the 50% mark, I am going to struggle with a little bit of performance. I have to charge this in order to get that full turbo, but that is certainly something you can do right away. So bottom line is this. You get the long press to the moonlight mode. Single press gets into the different memory modes, so low, medium, high, which is cool. Quick double press is going to get you into the turbo when it's available. Triple press is going to be that tactical strobe. And then you have the infinite ramping capability with this swivel. So as I rotate here, you can see higher and lower just by dialing this in with my thumb. That is absolutely fantastic, and I love it. Now at this point, because I need to charge the light, I can go one of 2 ways. I can either charge this straight from the cradle, so plugging this in with the USB Type-C charging cable, or I can go with the proprietary magnetized tail cap, as you do typically get from most Olight models. So the fact that you get a couple of different options here is awesome. So if you like to go with that standard USB Type-C charging capability, you have that. Or if you like the proprietary magnetized charger from Olight, you get that as well. So absolutely awesome. Of course, this is going to be a magnetized tail cap to allow you to stick this to something like, say, for example, side of a vehicle, a toolbox. It's also very flat, so you can tail stand this with ease. So this construction is beautiful. Absolutely awesome. I love the quad head, nice and even beam, excellent grip texture, rubberized on the side. The machining on this is phenomenal. This is just an absolutely beautiful light. The Seeker 4 Pro, this is awesome.
And so, all right, guys, there you have it. A look at the Olight Seeker 4. Absolutely awesome. What a great light. Overall, phenomenal performance. Just perfect. And it really does work for me for an EDC flashlight. Now, to each their own. You might say, well, that's a little bit big, a little bit large. The cradle, maybe you don't like that. Maybe you'd rather pocket ride. This, for me, is very functional. I have a job that actually requires a flashlight just like this. I have a job that allows me to have it hanging off of my belt. So this, for me, is perfect. The user interface, no matter what you do, is perfect. I don't care whether or not you're, a EDC flashlight fan or somebody who has to do high-level inspections or you're looking for some level of a searchlight. The user interface is awesome. I love the fact that I can dial this in before I even turn it on. I love the fact that I can just swivel the dial and fine-tune it to exactly where I need it. I love that I can double press real quick, get that big burst of turbo light, and then return right back to that good quality, just even soft light. All in all, fantastic. Now, whether or not you go with the neutral white or the cool white, to each their own. I was sent the neutral white. That is what was sent to me. It's what I've used here. It's been great. I like the overall quality. I probably, for this light, would have preferred the cool. Just for this particular type of light, I think it would have been a little bit better, but either way, you really can't go wrong depending on your liking. For all of you, take a look at the description box below where you can get many more details. Olight always having sales and sort of their fan sales. So take a look below where you can get more of the details. If you like this content, do me a favor. Take a look at my Outer Limitless 2 channel, which is more on the tactical and firearm side of things. At this point, that channel's growing quickly. I have a ton of videos up there. So if you like what you see here on Outer Limitless, do me a favor and check me out on Outer Limitless 2. So all right, guys, thanks for stopping by. I hope you like what you saw. I hope you found it a little bit informative. If you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for stopping by. Take care now. I'll see you soon.